So in this video, we're going to be using max level Zeke with his max skill tree. So you guys can see here that I've officially maxed out the entire thing. And the skill tree that I use was speed because his damage is already so good. His range is absolutely insane. But his SPA is what sucks. I mean, looking at it, even if this is max, he only still can attack nearly 10 seconds. But these are the nods you want to be using, since I was going to just try to get 40% of additional, but I guess you can't even do that. So I just went with the 50% elemental boost instead, since that's pretty good. He is level 80. I got him all triple SS stats. And the only thing bad I couldn't get was, his trait, since my RNG with trait burners are terrible, and trait burners are an absolute scam, so don't ever buy them. And the traits that you would get on this guy are just these ones right here. While Corrupted is okay, but not really something I would recommend, just because not too much benefits. But I mean, Corrupted is still really good. And the only thing bad about All-Star is that you only get one of him, so it could be kind of a waste. And Companion, you can get multiple and do a whole bunch of damage. It'll just cost you more. Alright, so when you place him, he's going to have this AoE, but remember that do not place him so close to the road like most people do, like right here. I wouldn't do that. If you want to put him on Infinite Run, then when you max him out, he will reach over here, so maybe all the way behind right here would be a good place, just because he can have this entire road, because that's how his AoE kind of works. So you move him a little bit over here, a little bit back, just to where he's like right on it, and place him. Of course, he is really far, but his AoE, you see this blue circle is where everything in it hits. So you can just upgrade him, and he's a really good star. This is a very powerful unit you can be using for like many other things. First 3 upgrades, first 4 upgrades actually, are just pretty much all damage. And then the next one is where he gets his cone. This is the upgrade that matters most. So you upgrade him, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm getting you even more damage, but the bad part is only his SPA. But look at that damage though. Damage, and look at that. It covers up the entire thing. So this guy can go crazy. His next upgrade brings him all the way up to 35,000. And then his last upgrade, 47,000. This is his final one right here. But you guys can see that he reaches like literally everything. So I guess keeping him back there would be nice. But if they come inside this circle AoE, he's not going to attack them. So they have to be outside to do that. But either way, it's kind of just tough to handle this. Only if his white circle was a little bit smaller. Maybe down to like 15 range, then that'd be nice. So you can just continue placing him. He's like total of, without like All-Star, then he's like maybe 70 something thousand. About actually almost 60,000. So he's not that bad. All-Star would be nice. He would do a lot of damage in All-Star, since he's already doing this much without like, any crazy traits or anything. With All-Star, he'd be doing almost 100,000. With King Kai's buff, probably 200k. The only, disadvantage is that you only get one of him in All-Star. And I think he's a hybrid. I think so, right? Yeah, because my Akainu is not a hybrid. Yeah, he is indeed a hybrid. So that's an all-rounder right here. And very powerful. You can literally use him for trials. Like, this is like one of the #1 most used trial units ever. Very good and highly recommend for his trial. And I've seen a lot of difference whenever I started using him. As you guys can see, I have additional on him, so additional, a 20% chance for him to attack twice, since that's like what's best with him. Too bad the game doesn't let me get any more than that, because I re-rolled my nods and I keep on getting just 2 of them. I guess because 40% to attack twice is insane. I only have 2 nods for additional. How do you do the King Kai buff? Because, like, I'm just going to keep it rapidly. I'm not going to use his, like, final buff, only because that is absolutely useless. Because it's a one-time use and it has a global cooldown. So what you can just do is place 2 of them and upgrade to about level 4. He still gives you, like, a 40% buff. So that's really good. Put this one on auto and then you just wait. It's all about just timing it, but you can see that he gives them red elements up to 50%. Other than that, anything else, then just lower up to 40. Right on 30 is when you need to activate the buff and put him on auto. Just like that, and keep it on auto, and there you go. That's King Kai's buff. I could buff him again where he can do up to 75%, but it's a one-time use. And after the buff is gone, 60%, minus 60% of all stats. So it's terrible. So I would not be doing that. With King Kai's buff, he does about 66,000 damage. And that is insane. And this is without All-Star too. If I was going to give him the 75% buff, then maybe almost 80k. But keeping at the 50 or 40% buff is good enough because King Kai's buff on the last one is not useful. If you're trying to kill a boss, then sure. But other than that, in the long run, then just keep him at 40 and keep doing this method. Same with Akainu, he does about 20, basically 26,000. Whitebeard all the way up, full AoE, 96,000 damage, full AoE. Yeah, people have told me, you know, to like do range on him instead. I chose damage just because, you know, criticals, and criticals are insane. Especially with full AoE, very good. Okay, so we've been going for quite a while now. So Esdef, I only get her up to where she gets the ability to freeze them. And then after that, up to like upgrade 6, only shows she has the full AoE to where she can, not full AoE, but like, you know, to be able to freeze her with the ability. And also the max amount of range she has. You guys can max her out later if you want, it's all up to you. I normally would do that too. Just for, you know, I guess extra DPS. I accidentally did that, but I'll max her. But yeah, she has a max of 33 range if you have any more traits, but just to get the slow on her, and that's all you need. But if you're gonna like max her out, then make sure you have enough money. But because maxing her out is so expensive like that right there, then that's the tough part. But you're just gonna need her to have enough. So 33 range to be able to freeze and then just spam it. And that's how like I basically hit like nearly wave 45 alone. Their health is looking okay. Just about 300k. That's not so bad either. Not really that much yet. You guys can see that additional for Zeke. Okay. Shield. That's why I use Akainu, because he's a shield killer. Now, you only freeze when you really have to, but like right here, I probably will have to because there's a cloner. So I'll freeze right here. And once the new ones come out, they're not going to really survive. I'll try to wait for like decelerates first. But when they get through like that, then you should. But you got to learn to like save it too. That's why I would think like maybe Companion is actually good for Esdef. Here they come and freeze. I was waiting for the decelerates because I knew they were coming eventually. And then again, that was kind of a waste. So at that point, they're just going to get through. You can let them, but the Zekes are absolutely shredding their HP and Akainu's burn. So you can continue freezing if you want, but like remember that they're coming from the other side. So at this point, then Zeke should be able to, yeah, Zeke is going to reach them eventually. Already he could. You guys can see I have my Akainu's abilities on auto. So that's not too bad of HP. But luckily Zeke reaches like the entire thing. But yeah, like I said, when they get to here, then Zeke is no longer of use to you. So would I have to freeze that? Probably not. This I will freeze. So don't wait too long for them to freeze. Remember that your Esdef does not have infinite range. Freeze again for them to die. I would say my Whitebeard is doing like the most out of all because he's full AoE. And then freeze again. And that's the start of another wave. Okay. And then freeze again. And then more is going to come, but you can at least do a lot of damage. So let's see if we can hit that 45. So I'm waiting for them to skip again, but other than that, I can't stop them now. I can only continue freezing. My Zekes can still maybe shred them on the way, but other than that, they can't. There we go, 45, skip it. W, wave 45 alone. That's really good, wave 45 alone, and that's because I have Zeke here. Since he reaches all the way over here, once they get through, I can easily just shred them. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one with Zeke. Let me know in the comments down below what other units you guys want to see me do, or anything that you want to see specifically in All-Star Tower Defense. The game's been really fun, I just haven't been grinding too much. But guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave those post notifications on. I'll see you guys in the next one.